back here. So right from taking it out of the box, the whole calibration process, attaching the load cells, all the little things you should probably remember. Yeah, so it's all there. I see you took good notes anyway, so that's good. So there are enough shims, you can afford to lose some.
All right.
If you change out the load cells, the most you really you should have to use is probably 2 thick ones is the most you can kind of get away with. And we make sure that none of our load cells are really going to deviate above that.
Okay.
If you do, you run into trouble where the fasteners won't reach far enough anymore, or it'll start scrubbing on the top of the cap. Speaking of which, I should install those the other side again. So this is purely cosmetic, but it does serve a function in not, splashing liquid all over the actuators and everything. So it doesn't really matter, but they are numbered just because of the way they were molded and trimmed. They fit better in their proper positions. So to do that, it's easiest just to put it in the back, put the 2 back posts in, and then you just kind of squeeze the front together and slide it into place. So we'll make sure that's still lined up. So you can see how tight that actually is done up. I managed to twist it a little bit. Is it still in line? I think so.
Looks like it.
Actually, I missed another step. So when I was setting this up, I just put 2 fasteners on each of these goosenecks. Just makes it easier to set up. And 2 is mechanically enough to keep it in place, but since they're there,
It's good practice to go.
good practice to use all 4. So it's just putting the rest of the fasteners in here and just putting the caps on.
Just have a quick check. So with this material, the thickness good for the testing?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
It's
okay.
probably on the thicker end of what you'd want to test, but it should test just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
if for this type of material, maybe I can try like 5x5 or
Yes.
even larger sample size.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
There are little rubber samples here too that are here with it.
Oh, the rubber sample, the smaller one.
Yeah, small ones.
Was this back in? Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
Okay, so we've got the covers in place. So all the different size bio rigs, went through that. The spring for the other load cell. So we just included a high capacity syringe. It's useful just for transferring fluid in and out of the chamber. You do, if you splash a little bit, it's not a huge deal as long as because there's a bit of a lip underneath the cover, so you're not going to get any of the important parts wet, but do want to be a little careful. So if you're testing in an aqueous solution, sometimes it's useful once you have the sample mounted to put a little glass slide over it. It prevents distortion a little bit, and it also, if you're having to use some artificial contrast medium so you can do tracking on the sample, it prevents any particulate in the bath it draws it towards the outside so it doesn't interfere with any of the imaging.
Got it, yeah.
So that just fits there. Right, so we just have some graphite powder here we included. That's good as an artificial contrast agent. Because to do the tracking, you need some degree of dark light contrast to be able for the tracking engine to run properly. So that can be useful, and we can get more into that. This is just a mounting bridge. It can be used to mount samples. That backing material is also useful for mounting samples.
Hi. This is another.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And that BDMS material was actually manufactured by his lab.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some soft materials, and
Yeah.
Dr. D said maybe we can use your machine to test our sample.
Yeah.
And I come here to learn.
Sure. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jump on in. I was just taking through the guys the rest of the kit, so. Just
Yeah.
showing we have some, we included some graphite powder and as a suggestion for if you need some agent to add some contrast to the surface of a sample, this can be quite useful.
Okay. And how about this? I mean, this is what I used before the more like glass piece or something.
Oh, right, so you like adhere them to the surface, yeah.
So working with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
system.
Yep.
Okay, the strain.
That would work as well. That would work great.
Yes, I think. I think he's also working on kind of tracking the strain, under any actual tension. From
Yeah,
the
we
series.
use the DICP4,
Okay.
the digital image correlation, but much bigger than what you have here.
Yes.
Yeah, but so I'm learning. I want to know. We have some soft materials if we want to test in the batch, so just do the batch testing. If we want.